Welcome everybody to a special edition of the podcast. This is a Mother's Day special dedicated to all the mothers out there. I sat down with two young mothers from my city to talk about their experiences as a mother, all the way from the beginning to the moment that they found out they were having a baby, their journey in pregnancy, their journey having the baby, and finally raising your baby. I think it's important for mothers to not only talk to each other about motherhood, but for other mothers to hear mothers talking about motherhood and getting that insight and realizing that there is no perfect way to be a mom. And we have similarities, but we also have differences. I think the most important part about the conversation is that it helps us to figure it out together and that we're not alone and that many mothers all across the world are going through the same things. I dedicate this special Mother's Day episode to all the mothers all over the world who love their babies day in and day out, respect them and care for them and nurture them, and give them the best that they could. I want to give a special shout out to my mom. Ma, I love you so much. Thank you for all the sacrifices you've made.
Welcome everybody to an episode of By the Slice. It's been a minute, but I'm here now, and this is a Mother's Day special. And to my left side, to the left of me, I have two women that I respect, two women that I've seen grow from afar and also on a personal level in different instances in their life. I have Pamela Santos and Giselle Pena. Two moms that I mean, I don't want to disrespect anybody, but like there's mad moms I respect, but you two are the most recent moms that I've been kind of seeing from a distance, like doing something different, doing more than you have done before. Correct me if I'm wrong, I don't know. I'm just assuming.
You're right.
I'm just speaking from the outside. So tell us a little bit about yourself, your age, where you're from, and what you do.
Gotta say the age.
Oh, but you don't gotta say it. Oh my gosh, you don't gotta say the age if you don't want to.
Well, I'm Pamela. I'm 29, and I'm a mom of four. And yeah, I work hard. I just graduated from URI.
Ew.
Yeah.
Congratulations. Hold on, let me get my buttons in order over here because I'm giving you an applause. I know you can't hear it, but
it took forever, but we finished. And now I'm working on my own business with my partner.
Hey.
Holla.
Giselle.
My name is Giselle. I'm 29 years old. I am currently working on my beauty business that I just started with my partner. I currently microblade, I do makeup, I kind of do everything. There's a lot to list. And I also am graduating in 2 weeks with my bachelor's degree in accounting. So it's just a lot going on, but as long as we keep it pushing and we keep striving for good, we're good.
Yeah, and I'll introduce myself too, just in case you've never seen this. I'm Cristina Sev from the Spark Up podcast and also By the Slice and all the other stuff. Subscribe on YouTube. And anywhere you find podcasts. I'm 29 years old as well. I'll be 30 in October. Very excited about turning 30. Even though you were ashamed to say your age, I think it's beautiful to age. I even embrace the white hairs that I have right here in the front.
You see?
Yeah, I got one.
Oh, you got a little white?
Oh, they be popping out.
Hold on, I give you an applause for that. Because aging is a blessing. I'm a mother. Who am I? I wish I had a son. No offense to Emma. I am a mom of one. She is 6 years old, and I graduated with my bachelor's in English back in 2018.
Yay.
And I do not have a job. I am still here just for the degree, so I feel like it's $30,000 for nothing, but I just do and did what they told me I had to do.
Girl, we in the same boat.
Facts.
I mean, but at least you guys we're all making something of ourselves, right?
Yeah.
So I just want to go into it. This is a Mother's Day special. I just want to give a disclaimer and also a disclaimer to y'all. This is not a dad bashing podcast. I know Mother's Day comes around and we see, happy Father's Day to me, happy Mother's Day. Like everybody wants to be all crazy and get the credit. Your babies know who the credit goes to, right? They know who's around and who's not. So this is just a podcast to honor both of you, and because I admire both of you from afar, and I've known you both for so long. I met you both in high school, but Giselle and I were very close. And I remember when you were pregnant. Remember
when we were planning the baby shower?
Bro.
Yeah, that was a joke, but we did it though.
I remember that like it was yesterday. Like,
yeah.
Oh, it was a good time, but we're going to get into it. First, I want to ask to you both, did you ever see yourself before you had a baby having kids? Like, did you ever think, like, I want kids?
I was supposed to be the aunt that travels. Yep. And probably had one kid by the age of 26 or 27.
And what age did you have your babies? Or you have twins, so
yeah,
yeah, babies.
I had the twins when I was 22.
22, okay.
Yeah.
Wow, you got twins, girl? I didn't know that.
She got two. Blow.
Wow. I had Ava at 18, and before I had her, I would always say, you know what, I don't think I want kids. I never really was around kids. And, things happen. So here I am, blessed with the 10-year-old. So,
yo, that's so crazy.
It's so crazy to say she's 10.
And she is a splitting image of you.
Yeah, it's my baby.
And how old are your twins?
They just turned 7.
They just turned 7.
Oh, yeah.
Oof.
Oh, yeah.
I know what that's like because mine is on the way to 7.
Listen. And I got 2 to deal with at the same time.
Oh, yeah, because you just recently had a baby, right?
Oh, yeah. He's 1.
What's the difference between a boy and a girl? Is there a difference?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. My son, he does not care. He does not care about anything. He thinks everything is about him. I have to give him what he wants, when he wants it.
He sounds like a Scorpio.
He He's almost a Scorpio. He was almost, But no, my daughters, they're like, oh, mommy, you need help with this. Oh, mommy, you need help with that. They're more,
sweet and
my
loving.
My son is like, nope, let me destroy everything.
Oh, a tornado.
And he's only 1.
Okay.
I don't know how that works.
Now, let's take it back to when you first got that positive test. All right. That's hilarious. I'm giving myself some bombs here because what a time to be alive. I'm gonna go first.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
you
share
go
my
first for sure.
So I was in a real toxic and abusive relationship, and I was still planning a baby with this man who I had no business having a baby with, but everything happens for a reason. And when I found out I was pregnant, I was sick to my stomach. And I'm going to be very transparent. I was thinking about having an abortion. Despite of what everybody believes and what everybody thinks, that's my truth and mine only. And I don't care for the judgment. Everybody has their options and their choices. And that was my thought process at first. But it was my second pregnancy. I already had a pregnancy before. I had an abortion before. So my thing was, you can't make the same mistakes twice. You have to learn from the first time. And I believe in God. And I'm not just going to be opening my legs and doing the most and then not have a baby. So I decided to have my baby. And it was the best thing that happened to me because I learned a lot about myself during the pregnancy. I learned a lot about life. I learned a lot about her dad. I learned a lot about life in general, like everything. So I don't regret my decision. But now when it comes to telling my mom that I was pregnant, that is a different... Listen, we need a whole podcast for that.
I think we all got a story.
Yeah. I didn't tell... So I told my daughter's father's family because having a pregnancy out of wedlock and early was just normal to them. Like, they've done it, they did it, and whatever. That was the lifestyle. So they understood. So I felt comfortable telling them, and they were super excited. Her father was in tears because his mom had just passed away the November before. So it was very emotional because she wasn't here and all that good stuff. But I didn't tell my mom until my very first ultrasound, which was like, or I think when I found out I was having a girl at 4 months, I think I told my mom. So I waited until I was like, I'm going to start showing I got to let her know. I'm going to show up to my house with a belly and my mom's going to know. So I got to tell her. And I had my daughter's father tell her. And he was mad nervous. He was like, why do I gotta do it? Why don't you do it? And we had a big ass argument. I'm like, nigga, you put this baby inside of me, so you tell her. And he did. And I was afraid of getting kicked out. That's the reason why I didn't tell her. I didn't know what to think. So my mom found out. She started crying. So that was my experience. But then after a while, it dwindled and everybody was happy. So that's my experience. Yeah. What was the experience for either one of you, whoever wants to go first?
I can relate to you 100%. I waited till I was 3 months to tell my mom, you know, because when they tell you once you're like 3-4 months that it's really risky to have an abortion. Mm-hmm. So I waited that long because
thank you.
I got pregnant at 15 and she made me have my first abortion then. So I was like, and like you know, you say, I made this mistake again. I can't have the same result. It's my mistake. I have to stand up and deal with it. And that's what I did. And thank God, you know, I went to my appointment to get my IUD refilled. And they're like, well, we can't give it to you because you have a positive test. And they were doing an ultrasound while they were telling me this. And I'm like, and they're like, so here's one baby. And I'm like, what do you mean one baby? She's like, yeah, here's the other one. But don't get excited because you're very early. But twins do run in my family. And I decided, you know, I was going to go through it. And I waited. I waited to tell my mom till I was 3 months. Because... Wow.
And you were like, not one baby.
No, here's but one.
Two.
In my
there was the other one that you owed God.
Yeah. You know, that was like... It was surprising because it was one of my appointments to go get my refill for my birth control. It was my last year at URI. And, you know, once I got the news, it was like, wow, like it's my last year. I had so much planned out, but you know what? I'm still going to go to school. And I continue to go to school, you know, but it got hard. I had twins. I had a high risk pregnancy. By my 4th month, I couldn't walk. Like, I was on bed rest.
What was wrong? What did he say?
One of the baby got, you know, she was growing too low, and I was having, like, really bad back pain.
She was too close to your other organs.
And since they're identical twins, they were in the same sac, and it was my first pregnancy, you know, long throughout the 3 terms, and I was getting big, and
So you made it the full term?
Well, for twins, I made it the full terms. I made it 8 months.
Yeah, because for people who don't know, twins are usually premature.
Yeah, so once they pass their 7th month and they go to the 8, even though it's 8 months, they're considered full term just because, you know, they tend to be premature. But thank God that pregnancy, it went well. I was really in a abusive relationship too, and it took me a long time to get out. A really long time, and here we are.
And
I left that relationship. I finally graduated.
Hallelujah.
You tend to do everything when you know, and I did it because of my kids. You know, I did it because of my kids. My daughter's been through there since day one, and they know what's up. They know.
They know.
Giselle?
Mine was pretty simple. I just told them straight up 4 weeks. I was like, hey, y'all, I'm pregnant.
I remember.
My mom was like, yeah, right. My mom didn't believe me, but I wasn't living with her at the time. I was already living with my daughter's father at the time. So it didn't come to a surprise to anybody. And then the only person like who had a problem with it was like my sister, who like was kind of she wanted me to get an abortion. She found out and cried. I was like, you have to get an abortion. But for me, that wasn't on the table.
Did she ever tell you why she thought?
No, she thought because I was young. I don't know what honestly, I'm going to ask her now. I don't know what her reasoning was actually. But I just remember her being so forceful about it. And I was like, nah, I'm keeping this baby. I honestly didn't even think twice about it. I was only 18. We just graduated. I was like, whatever, let's do it.
Didn't know. Did we graduate before you found out? Or
no, I graduated after. I remember going to your like 18th birthday party. I found out right after that. And your mom was heated at me and Ashley. It was right after that.
Listen, I remember you telling us you were pregnant, and we were so young. Like, it was just like, okay, you know, you're having a baby.
That's how I took it. I was like, okay, I'm pregnant. Okay. I didn't know, honestly, at the time what I was getting myself into. I was just like, oh, I'm pregnant. Let's have a baby. It was literally like that.
Have a
like
baby,
that nonchalant.
Yeah,
I told her dad was okay with it too. He was with it. So
I think it's the age, because I feel like when you're younger, you're kind of like more careless. Sure, and you like, hey, I'm having this baby, yeehaw. But when you're older and you have so much more promise and ideas and plans,
exactly,
and you're more mature and you do realize who you're having a baby with, you're like,
it's a different story now.
It's a different story. But I want to read off some stats that I found, some interesting stats. And we all, actually, when did you have your second baby?
I had him
last year. Okay, so we all beat the statistics here. So congratulations to all of us. It says 3 in 10 teen American girls will get pregnant at least once before the age of 20. That's nearly 750,000 teen pregnancies every year. More than 50% of teen mothers never graduate from high school. We did that.
Hey.
About 25% of teen moms have a second child within 24 months of their first baby. We did not do that.
We knew better.
Yeah.
And it says less than 2% of teen moms earn a college degree by 30. And we all did that.
There, baby. Just in the nick of time.
No offense to everybody. You know, everybody does everything on their own time. In 2008, the teen pregnancy rate among African American and Hispanic teen girls ages 15 to 19 was over 2.5 times higher than the teen pregnancy rate among wild teen girls of the same age group. So basically, people of color have kids earlier than white people. A sexually active teen who doesn't use contraceptive has a 90% chance of becoming pregnant within a year. So you said you were on birth control. You were trying to get your refill, right?
Yeah, I was trying to graduate on time. I had a whole plan, girl. Like,
were you on birth control?
No.
You were just rolling
for the whole 3 years. I was just going at
it. What a time. Yeah, that's interesting. I was on birth control and I stopped taking it because you know, you're in the heat of the moment. It's like, it feels better when it's raw, to be honest. You know, but wear a condom, because safety first, because niggas ain't shit. And what are some of the misconceptions you would say that you had about pregnancy going into it? Like, what are some of the things you thought about pregnancy before you were pregnant and realized, not really?
Well, one, I didn't really believe in cravings. I threw up the entire time.
Oh my God.
Literally, I had a really bad pregnancy. Like, you know, people be like, oh, the first 3 months you're sick and then everything's all great. But I never had that great moment. Do you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. That was a misconception, the cravings. I was like waiting to crave anything. I was like, please let me eat, baby.
Same with me with the twins. Oh my God. I could not even smell food.
Yes.
It was that bad all throughout the pregnancy. With the boy, I was eating everything. You talked about food, he will turn around in the body like, yep. Oh my God, I gained so much weight with him. And it's funny because with the girls, I lost weight.
Yeah, me too.
Because they're twins, probably.
Yeah, they were just eating me up. And I gave birth and I was actually the same weight I was in high school.
Wow.
Yes, I snatched right back up.
Me too, girl.
With the boy,
I ate nothing.
With the boy, I'm starting to lose weight now.
That's crazy.
A year later, you know, I'm starting to lose weight now, and it's like...
And it's funny, like, every pregnancy is different, even with the same mom.
Oh, yeah.
I think the most misconception that I thought was, like, that I was going to blow up, that I was going to be big. You know, y'all know, I've been skinny forever. And I wanted to gain weight. I had a complex about being skinny because most of the women in my family are thick with the booty and the blah, blah. So I was like, this is my time. You know, I'm about to have a fatty. I'm about to be out here milfing. And I only gained like 25 to 30 pounds.
You're like, what's this?
Yeah. So it was a ripoff. But I used to always make fun of women. Like, my sister had my nephew about 5 years before I had my daughter, and she used to have cravings and stuff, and I used to think that she was making it up. like, oh, she's just saying that. Like, that's not really true. But when I got pregnant, my body changed. I think I became lactose intolerant. I say I think because I never got checked. And I craved anything with cheese. I was obsessed with like mozzarella sticks, lasagna, pizza. Oh, I don't know if that's fair because I loved pizza before, but like I was just craving cheese like crazy, all kinds of cheese. So, you know, I thought that was a myth, but it was true. And another thing that I thought would happen and didn't happen was that I would cling on to my partner more. But what I did more was distance myself. But I think that had a lot to do with the dynamic of our relationship. When I put it into my head by like month 7, like, I'm going to be a single mom and that's fine. I don't want you and I don't need you. So that was my experience while pregnant. And what was the experience? Do you remember your experience? Because I know for some people they say you forget or, you know, you don't remember what it feels like. What was your experience that day? Like your water broke. Did your water break? I know some people's water doesn't break.
No, mine didn't. With the twins, it was a scheduled C-section, but I didn't make it to the scheduled date. I actually made an appointment to go speak to my doctor just because I had like those little silly last questions, you know, to get prepared. Yeah. And she just looked at me and she's like, yep, here's my number, here's my card, go to the emergency room and let me know what they tell you. I went to the emergency room and they called her and they're like, yep, she's ready. And she canceled all her appointments. Yeah, she canceled all her appointments and within 20 minutes, the twins were here.
20 minutes?
Yeah, because, you know, I go to Prior Ave and the emergency room.
Oh, Prairie, yeah. Yep.
So it's like a minute away. So she was, you know.
Oh, you were right there.
Yeah. With the boy, it was also a scheduled C-section because I told my doctor, it was the same doctor. I told her I don't want to do a day more, and if I can do 2 days less, you're working with me, you know. I don't want to be pregnant for an extra day, and she actually scheduled it like 5 days earlier.
But why didn't you want to be pregnant? Like for an extra day? That's just a question so that people know.
Girl,
she didn't want that for months. She was done.
I think once you hit a certain month, you're just done with everything. You're done with the belly. You're done with people,
not being able to see your cooch.
And people telling you, oh, you're still pregnant? Yes, I am.
9 months. Hello.
Okay, like I'm still pregnant. I'm still here. You still see the stomach, you know? So it's like, I was just over it. I don't know how there's women that like, oh my God, they love being pregnant. No.
Yeah, I loved being pregnant. I think it's because I had such a I got lucky. I had a blissful pregnancy. I got those, what are those things called? They're like contractions, but they're not. The Braxton Hicks.
Yep.
I got those a lot during like 7, 8, and month 9. But I was fine. I was spoiled. People were cooking for me, taking me out to eat. Like I was living the dream. I was out here.
Your mom's a bomb. That's why.
You know what's crazy? My mom was gone for 2 months. She was in DR. She left me by myself. She was like, "You're gonna be just fine," and I was. Everybody took care of me. So, yeah. But what about you?
Like I said, I really had like this fairy tale thought in my head, like, I got contractions. Here we go. Like it was really like that simplistic for me. It's so crazy. I told my mom, I go, Mom, I think I'm having contractions. She's like, okay. And then we just packed, our bag already was packed. We went to the hospital. I was 3 centimeters dilated and it was literally that simple.
And that's it.
8 hours later, Ava was born at 10:18 a.m., July 26, 2010. So yeah, it was, I had a very different idea of having a baby. I'm like, I literally just went with the flow. I was ready for her to be out too because I was sick my entire pregnancy, and just like Pamela, like I snatched right back to my regular weight. I was skinnier actually because I was heavy when I got pregnant, and then I actually lost weight when I had Ava, and I was like, oh, this works. Didn't gotta work out, nothing. Yes. So it was cool. I had a smooth pregnancy.
What did you feel about your gyno? Because I know for a lot of people, especially women of color, they talk about how doctors don't really care about them, how they're not attentive. What was your experience like with the gynecologist?
Well, the gynecologist who delivered Ava delivered me. So it was kind of cool.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I had that experience where my mom sent me to the same doctor and he was still around and he had a partner. Well, she was there, but it was the same people. So it was cool, actually. They were kind. They were nice. I actually had medical students in mine, and they were like, "Do you mind?" I was like, "No, bring them in." I was like, I don't care.
I had a lot of those.
I was too calm. Like, no lie. I was like, I don't even care.
Since I had twins, I had a lot of those. And, me being a student too, it's like, like I bring the future right in. So,
exactly. How are you gonna learn?
Right. Facts. My doctor, at first with the twins, I couldn't stand her. I felt like she didn't understand what I was going through. And it's like, I can't walk. Like, my job doesn't want me to take no more clients because I can't do my job. And she wouldn't take me out of work. But then it's like, working in the medical field, I know there's guidelines that we have to follow. And it's like, nothing is that easy to, just take a patient out of work or, and it's like, but then once I gave birth, I loved her. Like, she looked out so much, even at the hospital. I remember I asked the nurses if they can take the twins because I was trying to rest. And they told me, no, you can use the practice. And I was on heavy medication.
What?
Yeah. I was on heavy medication because I had a C-section. And that morning, my doctor had walked in and I literally almost had a baby on the floor and the other one was on my chest. And my doctor asked me, why didn't you ask, for them to take the baby? And I told her, she cussed everybody out. Yes. I was like, you know what? She's a good doctor. I love her. After that day, all those nurses were within the hour trying to check up on me. But then it's like, I don't want your assistance no more. I don't even want you to touch my kid. Yeah. And even with my son, I had the same doctor and I love her. I love her. She's my OBGYN and she knows everything that's going on.
She knows your vagina. So
she knows everything.
She knows what you look like, literally.
But she's great. Yes. She's great. After birth and everything, she's awesome. Oh, yeah.
How about you? Your doctor experience?
After that, I moved on.
Sorry.
Because I ended up moving to Newport. So it's kind of like I got a different OBGYN. And it was so cool. I always prefer women doctors. I had a guy gynecologist, but at that time, I was so young, I didn't care. But then once you get older, I was just like, I think I need a woman. So I ended up getting one.
You know what that reminds me of? When my water broke, I was 2 days late. Well, according to the math, I was supposed to give birth the 25th. I gave birth the 27th. And my water broke and I went to the doctors and they were like, girl, you're fine. You're not even open. Like, just rest. They let me stay in the hospital. Yeah. My daughter's father went to go get food. He came back. And when I came back, they had a guy, when the guy comes in.
Yes, like that's weird.
I was like, first of all, I am in pain. You need to relax. And he was just shoving his fingers right in there. And my daughter's father was pressed. He was like, yo, she's in pain. Like, you need to relax. And I just feel like, not that the guy doctors don't know what they're doing, but they don't have the same sensitivity because they don't understand what it's like to have a vagina.
Exactly.
And it's very fragile and she hurts. And I was very sensitive and I was very afraid. Like, yo, this is my first time having a baby. Yeah. You need to like calm down. But, he was doing his job. But luckily for me, I had a good experience with my OBGYN. I didn't really like her because she was dry. Like, she didn't laugh at any of the jokes.
And we know you got jokes.
I was at my ultrasounds like trying to be funny and she was just like, yeah, baby looks healthy. See you next week. And I was like, girl, but what about us?
Yeah.
I was trying to have a friendship with her and she was not trying to have it, but it's all good. What did you learn about yourself and about other people around you while you were pregnant?
They're not always going to be there.
I think that goes for everybody.
Yeah. Everyone that says, I'm going to be there, I'm going to help out. In the end of the day, the person that's the maddest at you while you're, when they found out you was pregnant is probably the only person that's there.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, actually, yeah.
And I mean it because of my mom. She's so strict and all this and that, but she's been the only one that's been there concerned, during pregnancy and even after I gave birth.
Just being the best grandma.
Hey, I know she took care of me. So.
Giselle?
Yeah, like what she said, sometimes everyone's like, oh, they're going to be there. I'm going to help you. Don't worry. I got you. And then it's not what it is. Mm-hmm. But I had a lot of support from Ava's father's side of the family, which was nice because I know a lot of the times that doesn't work. And obviously, he was in jail for 3 years, so it was tough without having him there. But his family definitely was very supportive of Ava and I, and it was really nice to have that.
Yeah, the same goes for me. Like, I feel like, I don't know if I rejected people or if I gave that energy like I didn't need people, but nobody really went out their way for me. Nobody did the most for me. Like, yeah, people were offering food because people think when you're pregnant, all you need is food. It's like, nah, I need love. I need attention. I need sympathy. I also wanted like a lot of like quietness. I think I was just in my head, like preparing myself for like this big like breakup. And I was just trying. And I read a lot about like, I did a lot of research, which is good and bad, because I feel like when you do research, you start to think the worst. My baby's going to be autistic. My baby's going to have Down syndrome. My baby's going to be missing an eyeball. Like, you think the wildest things when you start doing research. But for me, I read that stress and like what you listen to and what you say directly transits to the baby. So I started listening to like calm music. I was like zen, like like I was like getting ready to do yoga, and I was just trying to be as calm as possible because my life was a hot fucking mess. And I was like, the last thing I want to do is bring this baby into the mess that she didn't even ask for. She don't know anybody, she don't know anything. So I think that my energy was too calm for people, and they were like kind of like taken aback, like I never seen Cristina like this. It's good with her. But but besides that, I wasn't really as close to my friends as I was before. So I know some people have that experience of like, well, my friends dismiss me because they're out doing single thought things and I'm here with a baby and I can't do that. But your lifestyle does change. But speak to that lifestyle change, because I have a mouthful, but this is y'all time.
I was so used to of the campus life. I was on campus. I was president of an org.
You all right.
Yes.
Party.
You already know. So Thirsty Thursday. Yep.
I was not so thirsty on your side. Oh, you had water.
Well. But yeah, it was just different. Like it's like you said, you have this big illusion that things are you're preparing yourself for something, and it's like, for me, everything just went left. Not everyone that was there at first were there throughout my pregnancy. The campus life went out the window. I had to move out of the dorms and everything. I gave up my position of being president of an org, being member of another org. I was so used to volunteering, doing parties, doing organization, events, everything. And it's like I was just shut down to the gut down, like down. And then being with a partner that is, I think he didn't understand that I was, I'm pregnant and we're pregnant with twins, This is not a game no more. I think he didn't get that, and his family either. So that's where the conflict came with my family. And because moms, if you're not treating my daughter right, you already messed up her future.
So you already messed up her future getting her pregnant and not marrying her and doing all this.
So what you doing? Like, they know when someone is gonna work out or not. So it's like, but we're so stupid to not see it. We're so blind and we think we know everything. And to be honest, it's like I'm turning 30 and I'm still learning.
Girl.
Yes. It's a continuous.
I still have those moments where it's like, oh, so now I see why my mom acted the way she acted or why she did what she did. So my whole world just changed.
Giselle, you had your baby early, so you basically missed your 20s, right? People would say, what did you miss?
Those times were quite quite a blur, to be honest, because I swear to goodness, I think back and I'm like, yo, I really don't remember a lot. No lie. But you know, when you're that young, you're not focused on parenthood. You're more focused on, well, I still want to hang out with my friends, and I still want to go to college, and I still want to do this. And then you realize, no. Like, no, that's not going to happen. So I went through my moment where, you know, I was partying still, leaving her at my mom's or my grandma's or wherever. Not wherever, there. Not wherever. Let's not get crazy. Usually my grandma. And then I had to grow up. And I had to realize, you know what? I have a whole human being I have to take care of. And I kind of let all that go. And I had moved out to Newport alone, like maybe like when she was 8 months. And I kind of had to just figure it out. But it worked, because if I didn't move to Newport, I would have probably continued on that path. But moving to Newport put me on the path, like, no, I have to take care of this child and yourself too, because you can't forget about yourself. And I feel like when you become a mom, you almost lose sight of yourself. Yeah, you know what I mean? You become complacent. You're like, oh, it's baby. But no, you need mom time. It's okay to go out, just not excessively. Don't overdo it.
That's it right there. I'm gonna give you a ding, because that's true. Because I see, and you know, I don't like to be judgmental, but I do judge at the same time. I see a lot of moms going out and doing the most. And I understand everybody's support system is different, right? Like, some people don't have a grandma or dad or somebody that could just watch their kids so they could go out and enjoy themselves. For me, I'm fortunate enough to have my mom. I call my mom the mom, and I'm the baby daddy, because I work, and when my mom gets out of work, she picks her up, and then I'm still at work. I get home like 6:30, 6 o'clock. So, where was I going with this? Oh yes, going out.
Yes, going out.
My mom complains. So what I did was like, you know what? Fuck it. This is my kid. I just got to stay home and do what I got to do. Like, you know, I am very social. I like to go out. I like to enjoy myself. And I'm on the other side of things where I feel like I don't see what's wrong with it. If I'm not going out acting a fool, fucking around, sucking dicks and whoever's dicks and bringing men to the house, like, I don't see anything wrong with having a drink or two and going out with a friend, as long as it's not hurting my baby, it's not hurting her growth, it's not getting in the way of me going to work or doing what I have to do as an adult and a mother. I don't see anything wrong with going out. But you're right, being excessive is a little too much. And I also feel like, especially as young, I don't know if this is a young mom thing, but I have like mom guilt. I don't know if you guys deal with that. Exists. But when I am away from my daughter, I feel like, yo, what am I doing? I should be home. I should be doing this. I should be doing that. My partner, she's like, you cannot be guilty all the time. You have to give yourself time to be yourself so that you can be a healthy mom for your daughter. Do you guys experience that same thing?
All the time. Or like even when purchasing something for yourself, I'm like, I feel like I'm almost obligated to buy her something too. I got sneakers, well, you get sneakers too. Or like my like a week before, I just actually came back from Florida, and a week before my sister surprised me with a ticket for my as a graduation gift, and I was so sad. I'm like, oh my god, I'm gonna have to get her a flight too. She's coming, I'm gonna pack her a bag. And my partner was like, yo, chill. You're tripping right now. He's like, yo, take the time out to yourself. And even Ava said to me, she was like, Mom, this is you time, don't worry about me. She's the best. So like, you know, it's normal to have that guilt, because you almost like, they're your world. So when you're not with them, or that's all you, even when you're not with them, you're still thinking about them, what they doing, what they eating, what's up. You know what I mean? It's just, they're always there in your head, always.
With me, it's a little different, because I feel like I'm just starting to do things now, and I'm 30. You know, I got pregnant at 22, which is, it wasn't a bad age, but I was still partying. I was still going out. I was still, you know what's
crazy? I think the week before, I'm sorry to interrupt you, but the week before you got pregnant, I think a week or two, we were outside of Shah's house, my cousin Shah. Yeah. And I had just bought 2 hookahs, mad charcoal, mad hookah flavor.
You were ready.
Yes. We were living life. And I think, I don't know if I was pregnant. Did I? No, obviously I wasn't pregnant. I was partying. I think I got pregnant after you.
Well, I know that in my baby shower, you guys came and you had asked me the question, oh, have you ever, I don't know if you remember or not, but I'm going to take you a little bit back.
Take me.
Yeah, you asked me, I think it was about the abortion. You know, you asked me, do you know where to get it, or have you had one? It was something along those lines.
Wow, that's crazy.
And it's so crazy because I'm like, don't tell me she's pregnant. Hold on, because somebody that's asking
I think
about
when was your
things.
baby shower?
My baby shower, so I had the twins in
Was it? And it was in the summertime, right?
It was like spring.
Okay, yeah, because I found out in January. So
you was, you know, you was asking questions and stuff, and you asked me in my daughter's baby shower, and I'm like, hold up,
what's going on here?
You know, so it's like, for me, I feel like, I don't know, I have a different experience just because I was already partying and I was already, you know, doing everything. And with strict parents, you know, when you're in high school, like there's all these young girls that used to go out and party. I wasn't one of those. Like I wasn't, you know, you can't leave this house. Who you think you are? You know how old you are? That was the type of mom I have. So,
Same.
You know, once I went to URI, I was still 17. So I was like, oh yeah, this is my time. Yeah, this is my time. So 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, I was going hard. You know, so I think that's why I got twins. So it was like, you know, you need to calm down. So it's like, I had some fun, but the fun that you have when you're that age to the fun that you can have now is not the same. It's not the same. I wasn't traveling. I wasn't doing other things that I want to do now. Yeah. So it was very different with me. It's like, okay, I had fun. I'm about to have twins, but then I'm in this domestic relationship where I can't have no fun. I don't feel like myself. And now I'm starting to feel like myself. After all those years that I let him go, and you know, I'm with my new partner. I had a baby. Now is where my partner tells me, you need to go out. I like when your friends come and you have a drink. I like when you can go out and eat. You need to do these things.
That's so
you know, because I guess he sees how I come home. He's like I'm lit. I'm happy. You know, it's like, because he knows me from way back then. So he's like, I need this Pamela back. I know who you are. And it took me to be with him, you know, again, because I used to be with him in the past, to find myself again. I kind of lost myself. Wow. You know? So I had I'm starting to get that groove back. I'm getting there. Yeah.
I feel like I'm like trying to find that balance constantly of still enjoying myself, but still being the best mom I could be. And also I want to get into like comparing our motherhood to the, you know, the relationship we have with our moms. And I remember my mom going out all the time. She's gonna hate me for this, but I don't care. It's the truth. Like my mom was
there
out.
Though. She was the bomb diggity.
No, she wasn't though. My mom worked like 12 hours Monday through Saturday. My mom worked. She was a hairdresser. So when she dropped me off to school, she would go to the salon. I wouldn't see her again until later at night, or she would pick me up. I would be in the salon all day. Like my mom was constantly working. And, you know, I don't fault her for that because I understand what it is to pay bills. And you know, if she don't pay the bills, who's going to pay the bills? Nobody. I didn't have a dad. So I understand why she wasn't doing the things that I wanted her to do. But, you know, I feel like I'm repeating that cycle kind of because I work too. And now I don't have the time. And when I'm home, I'm like, Emma, please, not right now. She's like, well, mommy, can we play with the Barbies? And I'm like, I don't want to play with these Barbies. And she's like, please. And I try to like compromise and like, all right, let's color. You know, I'll color. I like to color. Yeah. You know, but I'm not about to play with these Barbies. So I wanted to ask, what is the difference or the similarities you find between you and your own mom now as a mother?
Well, I know I got my mom's work ethic. I got her work ethic because it's like how you said, I don't blame my mom for anything. She was working 3 jobs while I had to go drop my sister off to school, pick her up, go home, cook and clean. Wow. Make sure, you get what I'm saying? So it's like, make sure that by the time my mom got home, the food was done. And I was just getting back from school, you know? The food was done for her to go to her second
This is
job.
while you're in high school.
While I was in high school, yeah. So I don't know what it is to be in an after school program. My after school program was cooking and cleaning at my house for my mom to come eat and go to her
But yo, let me
job.
just say, it's a good thing though, because a lot of girls these days don't know. Giselle, you're looking at me like you don't know how to cook.
I love breakfast food. I cook, yo. I make a mean pancake. Exactly. I know how to cook. I just think that I opt out not to. La Gran Parada. Thank you.
Oh wow!
For real, shout out to La Gran Parada for always coming through.
But continue.
But yeah, so it's like, you know, I had to have everything cleaned and food ready for my mom. And it's like, now being older, back then, me and my mom had an argument. And I told her, you know, this is your fault because I never went to after school program. I'm the first person to go to college. I don't know what I'm doing. None of you guys went to college. But now that I'm here with 3 kids, and it's like, okay, the rent is due.
Yeah.
You know. These
hot
kids,
water is nice.
Yeah, you know, these kids want McDonald's every weekend.
Yeah. What McDonald's money?
You get what I'm saying? So, and they don't understand what it's like. I don't got no McDonald's money. But why? Where's your red card? Girl, what? Yeah, the Bank of America card. Yes.
Oh, done.
Yes, like
they're bold.
Listen.
They're smart.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, my God. So it's like now I understand. Okay, look at me. I work my regular job. I'm working with my partner, starting a business, and sometimes I don't have time. I just don't have time to be with the kids, and it's like, okay, now I get it. Y'all probably might not even go to an after school program because, you know.
Yeah. And after school programs also cost.
Oh yeah, they're expensive, and it's like, and then you have to worry about picking them up and who's gonna be there. You know, it's too much. So it's like, now I understand why I had to grow up at such a young age, why I had to step up and help my mom out, because, you know, she didn't have an option. My father got arrested. Mm-hmm. It's not like she wanted to have me cooking and cleaning and doing all this and that, but okay, you already know how to do it. This is what I prepare you for.
Yeah, you helped her.
You helped her a lot.
And that's one thing that she has always said. With your kids, I will always help you because of what you did when I was back then and you was helping me and you was young and everything. My mom has always told me that. Out of all my kids, you got it.
Yeah,
you know?
I had a different experience.
What's your experience?
I did not cook, and I still kind of don't cook. But that's none of your business. My mom is such a mom. Like, she likes to do things. I started doing my laundry last year. Like, don't judge me. And the machines at the laundromat are trifling, yo.
They are a little complicated.
They make no sense. But
I was like 1 to 2 lines.
My mom, I spoke on my mom like not really being around because she was at work. But aside from that, she did what she had to do as a mom. She cooked, she cleaned, she did everything. And then she got with this guy who was my stepfather, the only father I know. I think they were together for like 5 years. He was the one that was like, you have to clean, you have to cook, you have to do this. He didn't teach me how to cook either. So I don't know what the hell he was talking about. But I became an expert at cleaning. Like, I knew what to do. I know how to take care of myself. And I feel like I was always more mature for my age. So my mom didn't really have to worry about me. And I had 2 older siblings who, they left the house. So I was kind of like an only child. So by like middle school, high school, I had the keys to the house. I was there like just chilling. Like I was a good kid. So my mom didn't really have to worry about me. But I do wish she put me like in dance or in this or in that. But I understand why she didn't get to do it. So I don't fault her. But like, I always joke about this and my team jokes about this, but I used to play the clarinet back in elementary school, and I was one of the best clarinet players in the state. Yo, I'm not lying. And I feel like a liar because nobody was there to witness it. And I used to, this is for real. I cried about this in therapy, and I told my therapist, like, yo, my mom never came to any of my recitals, and I just feel bad because I seen other people's moms there, but my mom was at work, and she couldn't. So talk about your experience with your mom.
It was different because I feel like she gave me a lot. She worked 2 jobs, so I had a lot of free will, and I was outside a lot. It was just a different experience. Like I I always say my mom spoiled us because my mom was OCD. And like she always cleaned, she did our laundry, she always cooked, so we didn't have to worry about any of that. But she also did 2 jobs, worked 2 jobs, so I don't know how she managed both, but she would. I was like, how my room clean right now? Like I would ask that.
Like magical.
But to be honest, I think also it's more like it stems back from how we were raised too. Like, why did it put us in dance? Why did it put us in after school activities? Because they're always working, or they're always busy, or they're always doing this, or they're always doing that. Or they just couldn't afford it because it's expensive. And now as parents, now I'm wow, my mom went through a lot. You know, at first I resented my mom for a long, long time because I was like, yo, she was never there. She was always at work. And now I'm like, oh, I get it. No, I'm always working.
It's like I don't even blame you no more.
Yeah, like, I don't blame you. I love you. Thank you so much for all that you did.
It's like thank you.
I'm sorry for being so selfish and rude, a little stupid to you, a little bitch. Exactly. You know, it changes. It changes. Like your whole perspective shifts because now you're more understanding because you're in that position. And like now, like when I was working full time and going to school full time. I barely was seeing Ava, and I felt so guilty. And I'm like, wow, this is probably how my mom felt.
Yeah,
she wants to be there, but she can't be there because a lot of the times I was just speaking to my partner about this too. Like, oh, I didn't go to any of her gymnastics, and I felt so guilty. But I'm like, I was busy. And it's like but then we have to draw a line. Like we have to make that time.
You gotta make some.
You gotta make that time, that effort, because they remember. Like you didn't remember. You remember those things. My mom didn't come to my recital, so I'm like, oh my god, I hope Ava doesn't remember. I was not there. But I'm like, now I'm like, no, I'm gonna be there.
That's like
a different perspective.
I put Emma in dance class. She did her first hip hop class last week. And I was like, I gotta be there. Yeah. And I'm gonna record everything. Because when she goes back, she's gonna be like, you know, even if she doesn't be like the best hip hop dancer, but she'll remember like my mom was there to support me.
Exactly.
And I also bring her to the studio so she can see why I'm not playing Barbies with her. Like this is what I'm doing, and hopefully I can inspire her to do what she loves to do too. Because she's like, that's not even your real job. Target's your real job. I'm like, first of all, you watch your mouth.
No, she doesn't even know. But I commend you for that. Because I bring Ava with me too. When I do makeup or if I'm at the salon, Ava was with me 9 to 5. You the receptionist, my friend.
Right. Obviously, it depends where you work, where you could take
exactly. Your kid. It depends. And if you have that opportunity, take it.
How do you, because you have a 7-year-old and you have a 10, so kind of in the same age bracket. How do you deal with discipline? We all have girls, so we know what it's like to be spicy. I remember being hella spicy back in high school. Like, I got mad slaps to the mouth. I think I even got slapped in front of my friends before for talking back.
It's hard. It's hard because it's like you want to say yes to everything and you want to be the best mom and you don't want them to call you mean or think that you're mean or
They think
whatever.
Everything is mean, by the way.
But listen, let me tell you something. You will survive. You will be okay. If I tell you to do something, you better do it right now and you better do it right. You know what it is. Like, you know what it is. You're already 7 years old. You get what I'm saying? You should be able to fold your clothes, you know? You should be able to...
wipe your own ass.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yes,
like,
yes.
don't come and call me because they have the tendency to be like, I need help for every little thing. No, you don't. No, you don't. You didn't need the help when you picked out the toy you wanted at the store. Exactly. You know the aisle. You don't need help to go over there. You know you don't need help to know. Yeah, to know I have the red card. So you know. So it's like, you know, I always try to discipline my kids, and it's like even when I feel like I'm being mean, I feel like I'm doing my job.
Yes.
You got what I'm saying? Because it's like it's I'll go out and they'll be well behaved, or people will tell me, "Oh my God, your girls are so respectful. They're so helpful. They're so
quiet. They're like, you know? They even walk in pairs. Like they're two, and they're like one move, the other one moves. They're like right there.
I don't have those kids, you know, throwing a tantrum in the store, and not that that's a bad thing, because I know there's conditions and stuff like that you know, there's the different stories, but my daughters are healthy and well, and they know. So I don't need all that. We're not gonna be having Karen looking at me in the store because you want to act.
And Karen is quick to say, "Did you see that black girl?"
Yeah. We're not having that. We are not having that. You better get it together.
Right.
So they know. They know how to wash walls. They know how to
vac walls.
Girl,
early.
Yes, that's what you gotta teach them.
You're right.
Yes. Because then they'll be 10, 13, not knowing how to even do it, and it's like, and it'll be a problem.
And you find pads on the floor and shit.
No, we're not doing all of that. You know. So, and I got 2, so I gotta start early. Like, I ain't got time for this. I'm getting old. My back hurts. So you better do this right now. Is
that a 30 thing? Right?
I think so.
Wait, before we continue on to your answer, did you have a natural? You had a C-section, right? Both times. Obviously, once you do it, you have to do it again.
I was natural.
You were natural? No drugs?
Oh, I mean, no C-section. I apologize. I got the epidural at 3 centimeters, baby.
Don't lie. Me too. I waited to the last minute, and I think that people say that plays into a part. But anyway, go ahead.
Discipline.
Yes.
To be honest, like, Ava's a really good girl, so it was hard. I don't really ever have to discipline her, but it's hard for me to discipline her when I have to because I feel bad. So luckily I have my great partner who does it for me. So and he's like, you're too kind, you're too nice. Because a lot of the time he says, like, I treat her as like my friend. Like everyone, like, I'm the cool mom. Like, out of all her friends, oh, your mom's the coolest because like I treat her.
Well, you had her early too.
And I had her early. I always tell her, we listen to the same music. No. We the same age, baby. And she's like, it's just not cool. I'm like, I'm literally young like you. But my partner's the one that taught me, like, yo, you have to show this girl discipline. Like, you can't just give her what she wants. You can't just let her do what she wants, especially with the phones.
Yeah.
He told you, like, we finally got her, like, we take her phone away at a certain time, and she goes to bed at a certain time. She reads every day. But if it wasn't for him, your girl wouldn't have done none of that. I would have been lost. Like, oh, it's okay, baby. You can do what you want, girl.
But it's true, you know, because she is such a good girl. And
she is. She's so sweet. She's so kind.
How do you discipline someone that's good?
Exactly. I'm like, how I disciplining you. I go, the only time I do discipline her is like when she does like nothing. She doesn't really do anything wrong. So when I actually do have to yell at her or get out of character, it hurts me. And I apologize right away. And I'm like, obviously, like, you know, you can't just yell at somebody and then apologize about it. You have to be stern. But I haven't nailed it yet. I'm not gonna lie. But thank God I have my partner who is kind of like that one who's like, nah, this is what it is. He keeps it on track. And then
I think that also works with
for sure.
having that partner there. Like, I don't have that.
It definitely works. You know, my partner, he adopted me and my daughters. Yeah, we adopted. I always say that we're adopted by.
I love that.
Hold on. Let me hit the
Yes.
Plays his part. Like, you know, I don't receive no child support money. They know who their dad is. Yeah. You know, but it's not my job to remind him who he is.
Right. That's
because
his job.
He's there.
Yeah.
He knows what it is, but he doesn't show up. But my partner, he goes above and beyond. Wow. So when it comes to correcting them kids, you know, because of him, I give it up to him. Yes.
That's daddy.
Aww, yay.
Oh yeah.
That's cute.
He's a great man. So there's, you know.
That's great.
Could I ask you, so is their other father involved in their lives?
Not at all.
He doesn't even try, nothing?
No, I had to put a restraining order on him because when things got real,
too crazy.
When it was, he wanted to pop tires, break windows. Like, I ain't got money for all that.
Toxic.
I can relate.
You know? Yeah, so it's like I used to tell him, "Oh, come and pick up the girls," and give him money to go and buy the girls pizza or get gas and stuff like that. And when I stopped that, because, you know, now I got a man, I can't do this no more. Yeah, that's when the tire popping started and all that. So he just stopped completely. Once I put the restraining order, it's like he just stopped with the girls.
I have a very similar experience. I had to put a restraining order on my daughter's father to about 3, almost 4 years ago, and he tried once, but it wasn't like real effort. And I don't know what the excuse is, what the problem is, everybody deals with their own issues. I think that as a mom or as a woman, that the person you were with, you have to kind of like look at it like that's their problem. You know, like I have to deal with me and who I am and what's going on over here.
I'm so sorry. I need to step out real quick.
You gotta,
yeah.
All right, so when it comes to me disciplining my kid, I'm very stern because I don't have dad. So I have to be mom and dad. Like I said earlier, I'm baby daddy. My mom is the mom. But I'm trying to find the balance between like how my mom was and how I think I should be. Because, no mom is perfect and we don't know everything. Like science could say what they say, but we don't know. But what I do know is that all the yelling and the bickering, like that stuff hurt me to my core. I was also always I think I'm still very sensitive, but I was a very sensitive and emotional kid. I don't know where that came from, but like everything hurt my feelings. And like my mom not showing affection hurt me and affects me now as an adult to the point where like I'm extra clingy or like I need to be extra affectionate or like even being in an abusive relationship, like I accepted that because that's the only love I knew. That's the only love I had. So I held on to it for a very long time. So now being a mother, I do my due diligence to show her affection, tell her I love her, give her hugs, give her kisses. I'd like to think I'm a very loving person. And so I'm a balance between like stern and like warm. So, I have to give her those two sides of the coin. But when she gets on my nerves,
yes,
I have to tell her, like, do you know who you're talking to like that? Like, and she'd be like, Mom, you're scaring me. And I'm like, and then after I try to tell her, like, do you know why mommy was mad at you? Do you know why I did what I did? Like, try to have those talks, like, because I think my mom was you have to do this because I said so, and never explained why.
I think that's something that we have, like me as a parent, when my mom used to correct me or whenever she thought I did something wrong or when she was in her mood or whatever, that she came at us, we never got that sorry or, I was just tired or I'm sorry for screaming at you, but next time do this or that. And that's something that I try to do with my daughters because, I'm not perfect. And I'm very strict, Sometimes they get me, but I'm strict. And when I feel that, okay, I crossed the line, I should have never screamed at her like that, I go to my kids' room and I tell them, hey, is there anything you want to tell me today? Mommy was upset, but I'm sorry, I'm tired. And that's something that I know I didn't get growing up. And
the explanation goes a long way.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, it does.
And you'll be surprised what they tell you. You'll be surprised at the type of conversation these kids can have.
Yo,
they're different this generation.
They know.
I don't think it's this generation is different. I think that we're just having a different experience because we're applying different things.
True.
Because our parents didn't have those. Like I've had tearful conversations, like heart to heart conversations with my daughter about her dad, about like me working, like why I am the way I am, and just tell her so that she can understand, so that later in life she's not like, yo, my mom was a bitch, she was never around, like kind of how I feel now. But so like trying to keep that closeness, so like you're saying, like where she kind of feels like we're friends, but at the same time she knows like my mom is the mom and she's the boss.
You the boss.
Like you want them to trust you, but then respect you at the same time.
Exactly.
With a hint of fear, though.
Yes, a hint of fear for sure.
Because they think we're best friends. No,
because I don't know about y'all, but my mom was physical, not to the point where like I know for some parents they were very physical, but my mom would always like pop me in the mouth because I was very slick by the mouth. So I'll give her that. But there were times where I wanted to fight my mom. Like, oh, she touches me again. I think my mom gave me a big ass beating once. And that was when I slept at my daughter's father's house and didn't pick up the phone. My mom was worried sick. And she ended up kicking me out. I put kick me out because I'm back, baby. She put all my clothes. I came home. All my clothes were in bags. in garbage bags. I never told this story in public. In garbage bags. I came home and I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna take these bags. You want to kick me out? I'm out then. And I was stupid. I shouldn't have done that. But that was the first time I see my mom cry because of me. Like, my mom was like in pain, like down on her knees, like, why are you doing this? Why are you doing this to me? And now that I look back, I'm like, yo, I fucked my mom up because she sees what kind of relationship I have, and she sees me going down the wrong path. So I understand why she did that. But, you know, I went about it the wrong way. And that was the last time that she gave me a beat, and I was like 21, 20. But other than that, my mom never put her hands on me. But I feel like that hand, this hand right here specifically, no, I use my right hand. It helps a little bit, right on the tushy, just a little bit, or even on the mouth. Like, I've done it enough to the point, like, I don't even have to use anymore because you remember.
You're just like,
okay. You remember what it's like. But, you know, that's the difference in generations. Like, they thought you had to be physical, but you really don't have to be physical.
I'm not physical.
It's that island thing. They come from the islands and they think everything is
it's literally a Caribbean thing. No lie. That's how they're raised. That's how generations.
Generations and generations. And we're
you
breaking
don't see that
generational
even
curses.
the teachers are allowed to put their hands on the kids
in DR.
Oh, how? See, that would not fly with me.
And shit like that.
And God forbid
I'll
it got
kill a
to your
teacher.
parents, they'll whoop your butt too.
Allegedly.
Even when Ava goes, my teacher yelled at me, yo, I get infuriated. Why? What was the reasoning?
I'm the same way. I need to know why it happened, when it happened, who was involved, everything. And you have to be protective over your kids, especially nowadays. With all this crazy shit happening, like, you don't know the intentions behind a teacher's words. Like,
exactly,
why did she say your hair was nice? Like, you have curly hair, you know? Because my daughter came home one day and she was like, I want long straight hair, and I was like, girl, your hair is curly, and that's okay, and that's what it is. And I had to get books on curly hair and like books with black girls on it, and like, so she can understand and see herself. So I want to talk a little bit about that. Like, what kind of things do you implement in your kid so that they understand the world around them? Like with police brutality or race or even being a woman.
Well, I teach my kids, you know, to be respectful. I think respect, like, it has a lot to do with a lot of things, because the other day my daughters came to me and they're like, Mommy, you know that we are all different? And I'm like, hey, yeah, why you say that? And she's like, yeah, there's kids in wheelchair, and then there's kids that can walk and cannot walk, or can see and talk. And I'm like, yeah, and you know, you treat all those different people the same, because in the end of the day, they're all the same. They're all humans like you, right? So it's like, respect is something that I try to tell my kids to always be respectful, because it plays a big key on everything, you know? Being neat, being clean, being, you know, all of that. I try to implement.
Being organized. Yeah,
I try to implement on my kids. So,
how about you, Giselle?
Yeah, like what she said. It's just what you're teaching them, what you're telling them. I mean, Ava's around a very diverse group, and she knows better. Like, you just got to teach them, you know better. I always told her from when she was little, like, color is nothing. Color is nothing. So get that in your head now, 1-year-old. So you know what's up. But to be honest, like, I feel like racism is taught. To go back to color, racism is taught. If you're teaching your child to be a racist, even if you're just being racist towards fat people, it's a category. Right. You're showing them that it's to be prejudiced. So it's like, it's how you raise them and how you talk to them and what you tell them. So I tell you, you better respect everybody. Literally. Oh yeah. She knows what it is.
That's where respect falls.
Respect is huge. And I'm laughing because, you know, when Trayvon Martin got shot, I got stung by the social justice bug. And I've been really prominent about social justice and being black and Black Lives Matter. And a lot of it has to do with being Dominican and hating being black, right? Like, Dominicans are racist. Like, that's just flat out what it is.
I'll never understand that because they black too.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
And so I have to be careful what I say because Emma was going around like saying white people are mean. So, you know, what you do say to your kid plays a big part on how, to what you're saying on how they act. But, you know, being a mom is the hardest thing I've done and still do and will do forever. But it's also the best thing. Like, it has its ups and downs, but to know that there's someone out there who loves you unconditionally.
Yes.
Even when you don't deserve it. Even when on your worst day, they need you still. They love you still. They want to hug you. They want to kiss you. They count
everything.
And they don't care.
And they don't care. If they don't care what's in your bank account. Nothing.
They only care.
They don't care, especially what's in your bank.
We lost the house, girl. Where we going?
And it's so crazy because the only time they care is when you're sad. Have your kid?
I know.
Have your kid ever saw you cry?
Yeah.
She cries with me. No lie.
They feel it.
They Mommy, why are you
Yeah.
crying? Stop crying.
They show you sympathy.
Ooh.
They really do. It really,
crazy.
really.
Yes.
It's amazing.
That is the best. I think a child's love is the best love.
It is. And I don't know if that has to do with having a girl, but like Emma's like very like, are you having a bad day today?
Yes,
and
even
I'm like,
that's
girl,
me. You good today?
How you know?
Because they know us. They know the real us.
Mm,
They do.
that's true. That's very, very true. But I want to ask, what has been the most rewarding thing for you as a mom thus far?
Wow. I think it's those moments that you get when they tell you they love you and you feel it, you know, that's when you know, okay, I'm doing a good job. Like when they reassure you that you're doing your job just because of a compliment they give you or they tell you they're happy. Oh my God, I had so much fun, or I'm happy.
Yeah.
You know, that's like, oh my God, that's rewarding to me. Like, oh my God, I'm doing my job. You know?
Yeah.
Giselle?
Or like even not hearing it from them, hearing it from other people, it's so rewarding for me. Today, they're like, oh my gosh, she's so well mannered. Oh my God, she's so great. They even tipped her because she's so like, yo, it's so crazy. This
You
girl,
gotta bring her around.
yo, this girl, like, she's just one of the kindest, sweetest people I know. And that's just not even referring to her as my daughter, just referring to her as a person. Like, I don't know where she got that from, but hey,
Cut it out.
no, I'm just kidding. But it's so rewarding to hear that, yo, your daughter is so smart. She's so kind. Like, because, you know, you always hear things about kids. Oh, they're bad. They're this, they're that. She has an attitude. Like, not one person has ever said that to me. And that feels so good because the lady goes to me. She posts me a message. She's like, I just want to let you know you're doing a great job as a mother. She's like, yo, I don't see girls like this often. I'm like, that feels so good. And I hear it all the time. It's like that's probably the most rewarding thing for me because I know I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. Exactly.
Oh yeah.
And it's not fake.
I just agree. I can't, you know, it's the same thing. And especially when you have those moments alone, like right before bedtime, and they're just like,
yes, I love you. Hug me. Can you bug with me?
they're just like, mad googly eyed. And I'm like, girl, if only you knew how.
If you only knew,
But like they don't unconditional.
They don't care. They don't care about nothing.
You could yell at them and they still want to hug and kiss you.
Isn't that?
Oh my goodness,
that's crazy. That's like a puppy. I always, you know, it's nothing. I hate when people be like, kids are like puppies. It's like, no, it's not. They're nothing the same. First of all, you can get rid of a dog. You can get rid of your kid, but that's neither here nor there. But like, no matter how much you discipline them, I think that they're smart enough to understand. I think a lot of people underestimate kids.
For sure.
And they think like they're just like little adults that are just not there mentally yet. Yeah. But they're people. You know, and I think we often forget that. And when you see those moments where they just see you for you, that tops everything and anything. And, you know, being a mom has taught me that that you don't know what somebody's going through unless you're in that space. Like, I've judged my mom, you know, I cry a lot about a lot of things about my childhood, but being a mom, I understand. And like, now I'm doing what I have to, like, I'm doing the work for myself and understanding what it is to be a mom and changing some things too, because, you know, now that you have the knowledge, you can change it and make your kid's life better. What are some of the things you guys want to change or have changed that compares to your childhood?
A lot. No offense to my mom, she's a great mom, but like just being present, being present, making the time, just that alone in itself is everything for me right now.
Well, with me, I feel like I just carry on, like, you know, I try not to scream a lot. Everything, I don't hit my kids.
Yeah.
You know, I haven't gotten to that point where I think my kid needs a whooping or anything like that. You know, I scream at them and they cry. You know, and they
so
do
that's enough.
And they do what they're supposed to do.
For
it's
sure.
not like they cry and they keep doing where they're not supposed. No, they get it.
Yeah.
You know, I raise my voice. They know, and they tell me I don't like it when you're mad. So
that's so sweet.
They tell me that. So it's like, I don't know. I carry out the same things. What I try to do differently is like them being more involved. You know, I remember telling my mom I wanted to do boxing one time. I wanted to box. She's like, why can't you be a ballerina?
Let me find out you want to be out here knocking people out.
Yeah, like I really wanted to be Tito Trinidad or something like that, you know.
Oh, you took it back.
Yeah, so like, because that's when I used to be into it, you know, back then. So it's like, my mom is like, why can't you be a ballerina? I'm like, no, I don't even like pink.
Gender norm.
Yeah, like I don't even like pink. Now my daughters, if you see them, like they roller skate, they skateboard, they do everything they want to do because why? They could do it. I don't see gender in it.
Yes.
When my mom, if I was playing with too many boys, it was a problem. You know, so it's like, I do correct my daughters of how to sit and how to play if they're around boys.
I mean,
you know,
because they wear different stuff.
But I'm not gonna tell them don't play with that because that's a boy's toy. My daughter, one of them, they love cars. She loves cars. You know, she loves any like skateboarding, and the other one she likes to do her nails and makeup, and so it's like, yeah, it's not my job to tell them.
Does that ever scare you into thinking like, you know, because I feel like parents think that what your kids like is foreseeing their sexuality.
No. I don't got control over that. That's not my business.
1000%.
No, as long as you're not doing what you're not supposed to be doing, and that's not something I consider like you're not supposed to like girls. You know, like no. You know, one time I had that little, you know, scared where one of the teachers was like, yeah, your daughter is kissing another girl in the mouth. And I sat down and I had a conversation with her, and she's so used to kissing her sister in the mouth. She's a twin. You know, she's used to it. She's like, oh, she's my friend. I love her. Oh, I'm like, yeah, but because she's your friend, you can't kiss people in the mouth if they're not your family. Now, when you're bigger, that's another conversation. You know, let's just handle this one here now. Yeah. But I never
we'll cross that bridge when we get there.
Yeah, exactly. I never told her kissing a girl is bad. I never said that.
You know what, too, though? Kids experiment. They will do things they're not supposed. I remember, this is for another podcast, but I remember doing things with people I wasn't supposed to do. And a lot of times, you know, I was straight my whole life. I didn't think I was ever going to like girls. I used to tell people I would never like girls. You know how I know I never like a girl? Because I'll never eat a box. Now it's a whole different story now. You know, I'm doing what I got to do. But, you know, I don't think anybody ever foresaw those things, but a lot of the experiments, the things that your kids do are just experimenting. They're just trying to find out. Not to say that that's what your girl was doing, but that's just what they do to see what happens or to see you know, what comes out of it. How about for you?
And if they feel a little tinkle, then like I said, that's not my business.
The tinkle.
You know, that's not my business.
That's hilarious and also scary. Just anything in sex with kids is scary. But you have to be
realistic. I think that's one thing that we were very different from our parents. That hey,
it's life.
Yeah, it's life.
And we're in America.
Oh yeah.
No offense to them.
God forbid you
We're
told
all
them,
first generation Dominicans here.
Yeah, like God forbid you even talk about depression or anxiety.
Oh, God forbid.
You know what I'm saying? Okay, so that's what they tell you. What's that?
Or they just dealt with it differently.
Yeah, they beat you. They'll beat your butt
Or
for
you
being
watch
bad.
them.
Oh,
You watch
no.
them do things like go out to fight
Yeah.
depression, drink. You know, we watch our parents deal with it differently.
So
I forgot the question.
I don't even know if I asked the question, but to gender norms, speak to that.
Yeah, I don't believe in that. You like what you like. What you like should not define your sexuality. That's for sure. I could like basketball, cars, football, and everything a guy likes. Or like, you know how like they have the blue for the boys and the red for the girls or the pink for the girls. It's like, why can't I like blue too?
That's the new fight, though.
You
Like
know?
I've seen a lot of people. Mad angry at gender reveals.
Yes, it's like, are you serious?
I don't care about that.
I don't
Did
care
you
about
have
you-
a gender reveal.
No, that just
I think that
started
was before our time.
Yeah, it was
had one
before our
with
time for
with the
sure.
boy. It wasn't around the twins' time. No, I had
Yeah.
it with my son.
Okay.
Yeah, last year.
Were you happy to have a boy?
Well, I had to have a boy because if not, we have too many girls in the family.
Yeah.
It was
that
expected to be a
estrogen.
boy.
Yeah.
Like, it better be a boy in there. So I'm glad it was. It's my grandmother's first grandson.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah,
Look at
so
that.
we
Years
needed
later.
a boy.
Yeah, you need to have that balance because girls.
Yes, I
what we
want a
doing the
boy
most?
now. Please,
You want
God,
more
send me a
kids?
boy. Of course. Yes, before I didn't want a kid, but you know,
The
once you
right
find the right
man-
man, will change
the
your
right
mind.
man
That's
will
for
change
sure.
your
That's
mind.
right.
Yeah,
be
so
feeling good too.
now I want a boy.
Things be changed.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, because they once you find that right person that gives you that support, and you know you're gonna have that foundation, it just changes everything. Especially when you didn't have it before.
Ooh. Yeah,
Oh,
that's so
yeah.
true.
You know, just
That's
okay.
good. I like that.
I'll have a boy now.
Whatever you want.
Whatever
Yeah,
you want.
whatever you want,
What else
baby.
you want? You know.
That's great. I also, I just want to say before we close out, I want to thank both of you and just show my respects to you both because like I said before, I've known you guys for a long time. And Pamela, I even hit you up and inboxed you and told you how proud I was with what you're doing with your business.
And I appreciate that. Like, you don't even know how much that meant because that was out of the blue. Me promoting my business. That was, it took one of my friends to be like, what are you trying to do? I went to her house to do an estimate. She's like, what are you doing here? What are you trying to do? Weren't you at URI? Like, last week, and I'm like, yeah, I'm just trying to really work on this. And she's like, just do it.
Yes.
Just do it. And here I am doing it. So hearing it from you with everything you have going on, I'm like, this is an opportunity for me. You're making me feel like that Pamela that you once knew back at URI, that Pamela that was outgoing. So I appreciate you, and I appreciate your compliments.
You're welcome. And I notice things in people that I've noticed about myself. Yeah. Like starting the podcast, a lot of people don't like. Some of my family they can't even tell you what I'm talking about. They can't tell you what my theme song sounds. They can't tell you anything. They've never been to an event. They've never been to anything. So when I see another woman, especially a mom, knowing what I know as a mother and what it takes to start your own business, to start something by yourself when nobody believes in it but you, and nobody sees it for yourself but you. And knowing like that a lot of the things what you do is for your kids. For now it may look selfish or it may look like it's for the money, but in the long run everything you do is for your kids. So when I see that, I speak on it because a lot of people see things and they don't say nothing. They don't show you love, and that's whack to me. So when I thought about having this conversation, which I think needs to be an ongoing conversation between moms, like I feel like moms don't fuck with each other, and I'm like, yo, we should fuck with each other because we understand each other and we know what it's like to go through what we're going through, and it changes all the time, constantly, especially as our kids grow. So I always reach out and tell people. And Giselle, who's been my friend since like forever. Oh my God, am I gonna I'm having an Oprah moment on myself because I've known Giselle since 2005, 2006.
Yeah, around there.
Like sophomore year.
Oh my God, it's been that long.
15, 16 years old, and we're almost 30.
Yes.
So yeah, and you've always been just a gentle, kind soul. Even though...
Wow, that means...
You don't think so?
Well, you get different perspectives from people.
That's a fact. But different people bring different things out of you.
Exactly. And I think you and I always had a healthy relationship.
Yes.
And like anytime I had an issue or anything, you and I were always able to talk, which was nice because I didn't have that. As I said, like I don't have like that circle of friends, which is cool. And I love it.
Yeah. And
Period.
I just watched you grow.
Yes.
And I'm laughing because it's funny and it's weird to see people you knew young and you didn't see nothing for them. Yeah. Like, not to say I didn't think that you guys would be something, but I just didn't think about your future. Like, I thought about my own future,
exactly.
So to see you and then to see you going to school, and we've talked a lot about school, and I have to tell you, like, yo, it doesn't matter when you finish. Just finish.
Yes.
Just do it. And now you're getting your, like, I think the last time we talked about school, you got your associates at CCRI.
I did, yeah.
Now you're getting your bachelor's.
I know.
Like, that is...
Who would have thought?
You know what? Let me give it up. Because that is crazy.
People understand how hard it is while you're working.
It's hard.
Exactly.
Oh my God, just to get that degree.
One class at a time, baby.
Yeah, that's how I did it.
One class at a time.
That's how I was able to do it.
Oof. Boy,
I cried so much to get that degree.
Exactly.
And it's like, the only thing you don't want in the end of the day is like you want to show your kids that just keep going on. You can do this.
Yes.
That's
why it's good that they see us in school and working because they're like, all right, I'm gonna be late. Yeah, doing the most.
Oh yeah.
Because Ava sees me struggling with my paper. She's like, you're still not done. You procrastinate. Tells me right to my face. She's like, my paper's already done.
Next time.
Yeah, so honest, but like it's cool. Like we can compare papers. Like, oh, like you're in school, mom. I'm gonna go to school and I'm gonna be something too.
Right.
Exactly. It's cool. It's inspiring for them.
It is inspiring, and
that's
so
how you start breaking those generational.
I was
curses.
just about to say, you took the words right out of my mouth. We're first generation college students, first generation Americans. We beat all the statistics that America puts on us. So we're doing things, and I think that Mother's Day is especially special because most mothers, not all mothers, always carry that responsibility of taking care of their kids and doing what they have to do to make sure that their kids are good. I hear a lot of people, like I talked about at the beginning, bash dads or talk about how this person's not around and that person's not around, or why don't we appreciate fathers more? Or I didn't even know Father's Day existed till I was in middle school, to be honest. But I think the reason is because we carry most of the responsibilities, no matter who's in the picture.
Exactly.
So I commend y'all both for being amazing moms.
And you too.
And thank you. And for, working outside of the norm, doing what's not expected. Giselle, you just started your own business. Speak to that a little bit. I know you spoke about yours, but Giselle didn't. I don't know if you got a chance to talk about.
Yeah, so I started a beauty boutique. So I wanted to do something where people feel good. Before I started off doing makeup, and everybody would always be like, oh my God, I look so good. I feel so good. And I'm like, okay. And then I took that and kind of just branched off. And then I started adding services where like I started doing lash lifts and eyelash extensions. And now I like microblading, and I love to microblade actually. It's like,
you're really good at it. Yes, and I'm not just saying that because we're friends.
I honestly can say I found my passion. Like, not a lot of people can say in a lifetime they found their passion. I found my passion where I truly enjoy doing it. But yeah, I'm just trying to take off now. And as time goes on, I'm going to just add services. Follow us on Instagram, LTL Beauty, please. Yes. And our company is actually Love, Trust, Loyalty. So it's actually a sector of Love, Trust, Loyalty. This is the Wolfie right here. But yeah, it's kind of cool being able to work with my partner and being able to see something blossom from nothing. And a lot of people are discouraging, oh, you can't do this. When I started doing makeup, they're like, oh, you can't do that, why not? Or you can't do lashes, why not? Oh, you're not going to make it in microblading, why not? So it's like you really can't just listen to the naysayers. You got to just keep moving. You're passionate about something, just do it. Doesn't matter if it takes you 10 years. do it.
You know that's right.
Yes.
Hold on, I have a period button in here somewhere.
Yeah, do you hit that period button right now?
Oh yeah.
But yeah, it's just very important. It's just so important to follow your heart. Don't listen to nobody. Because a lot of people will say, don't do it. And then when you're doing it, they're like, wow, you're actually doing it. Yeah.
Yeah, just like that.
It'd
be like that.
Follow your dreams, follow your heart. LTL Beauty.
I've gotten how you graduate with a psychology degree and now you're doing home improvement. Mind your business.
Yes, mind your business.
First of all, it could go hand in hand. This is my therapy.
Exactly.
So, don't you know that the color green brings peace? You know?
Or why can't you have multiple streams of income? Why can't you do both?
Exactly.
Right.
So
people I feel like are so one lane. Like, yo, you think outside the box.
People don't even know it. If it was if I would have known better coming out of, first graduate.
Yes.
I didn't want her to go to college. If I would have known that to be working homes and stuff like that, I could have just done a certificate and not a 4-year degree. It would have been, but you don't know no better. You're trying to make your parents proud, everybody proud, and we're in America, so you have to do. You
gotta get that paper.
But
think about it, you're forced to go to college at 18 when you don't even know who you are.
Exactly.
They should give you like a 2-year window to figure out.
No, and
that's just my opinion.
Even a 2-year window is not enough.
It's not enough.
No, it's not for sure.
I'm almost 30 and I'm now realizing, I don't know shit.
Yo, dead ass. Oh, that's me now. You change. You're constantly evolving and changing.
That's true. That's a fact.
So
to end it off, I want to ask, what are some of the words that comes to your head when you think about motherhood? Just blurt them out in any order.
Strong. Oh my God.
Fearless. Commitment.
Persistent.
Consistency.
Patience.
Ooh, patience, girl.
Patience is what I am still working towards.
Yes.
Discipline.
Just
happy.
Oh,
happiness.
Oh yeah.
That's good.
Complete.
Oh, responsibility.
Yes.
Ooh, responsibility.
That's hard.
Yeah.
It's hard.
Facts.
It's
trials and tribulations.
Yes, it's hard.
No rule book.
We're going from words to sentences at this point.
So yeah.
So that's
it's
good.
Great being a mom.
It is. Don't let nobody tell you different.
Yes. So thank you both for coming. Happy Mother's Day.
Thank you for having us. Happy Mother's Day
today and forever. Every day.
Every
is Mother's
day.
Day.
Yes,
Happy
it's not
Mother's
one day. It's every day.
Today,
so I expect roses every weekend.
Of the month, we got Mother's Day.
The Dominican mothers.
No, I don't celebrate that.
Y'all be cheating. Y'all be cheating trying to get
two gifts.
I'm expecting 2 gifts. I don't care.
Right. Hey, if it works for you, it works for me.
Yeah, I just shoot my mom a text. Happy Mother's Day.
I be telling my mom it's Mother's Day in DR, not in America.
Yes, that's what I tell her too.
It's her birthday too in May, so she gets flowers regardless.
Yes.
So it is what it is. But thank you again.
Thank you.
And thank you everybody for watching. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. If you're listening to this and you're not watching this, subscribe on every platform that you can find podcasts. Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, whatever it is. Follow me, Cristina Sev, and Spark Up Pod on Instagram, Cristina Sev _ on Instagram. If y'all want to shout out your businesses one more time, where can they find your business or contact you for your business?
I got to take off the mic for this one. I'm kidding.
Well, mine's is simple. You can find us at Mia's Work Co. or on my
Giselle. I don't know. I know you're not.
Sorry.
Yeah, you can't do that.
I was trying to push it back, but it didn't work. Sorry.
You're fine,
well,
sweetie.
you can go under my page, PJ De Los Santos, and go under Mia's Work Co. It's my and my partner's company. We do home remodeling. Anything. We build your dream homes.
Hey.
Holla. And you could find me at LTL Beauty on Instagram or Facebook, or I think he just changed the Instagram name, so I don't know about the other one. So that's
all right. And mothers do it best. Period.
Holla. Yes, they do.